Welcome to my bump date video. I am 25 weeks pregnant this week, and I thought it would be fun to do a Q&A along with the answers that I usually kind of answer throughout these bump date videos. So let's hop on in. Got eyelash extensions again for the first time in like 3 years, and I feel like I'm wearing a fancy face filter. Oh, these are gonna take some getting used to, but I'm excited to have them again. Okay, so my best moment this week, two things. The first was feeling the baby have hiccups for the first time. She has just been having hiccups like non-stop, like these last 3 days. And I love it. It's one of my favorite parts about pregnancy is just feeling those little tiny baby hiccups. It's just so precious. And then my other favorite moment this week was working out in the garden. I feel like it was our first official time like actually working in the garden in our new house. And we were trying to convince the girls to come out and pull some weeds. And Lucy just got so into it. She was saying that it felt like an Easter egg hunt. And I just love seeing life through her eyes. She's always just so sweet. And honestly, every day that goes by, it's getting harder and harder for me to bend over and do these things. And so Lucy has been just my best little helper. And I love seeing her find magic just in the mundane little everyday things. My weirdest moment this week was definitely when I was standing doing the dishes. I was actually wearing this dress and I sneezed. I just totally peed all over the floor. It was like, psh. And I was just like standing there like, you have got to be kidding me. It's gotten this bad. My weight gain is about 25 pounds. I've been gaining like a pound a week, which is pretty much putting me on course for what I did with the other two. I gained around like 60 pounds, but with all the holidays coming up like Thanksgiving and Christmas and all of that happening right before the baby's born, probably gonna be more than 60 pounds this time, and I'm okay with it. All right, we are going to dive into the questions that you guys submitted on Instagram. But if you guys don't follow me there, go follow. I'm going to be linking my Instagram below. I actually dropped a huge hint this week for the baby's name on this post, so go look for it. Okay, what will the color scheme be for the nursery? So we actually just ordered the wallpaper from Loomwell. I'm super excited to start putting it up. We'll make this room a part of Making a House a Home series, but we're going really girly this time for the first time ever. It's super feminine, but also tying in a lot of neutrals. All right, did somebody guess the name in your most recent post? Yes, there have been a few of you who have commented on that post I was just talking about. You guessed the name correctly of what our baby is going to be. So go submit your guesses. Tell me what you think. When are you revealing the name? So we will wait to reveal the name officially when she's born, even though we're like 99.9% sure that is going to be her name. This is a great question. Do you have a birth plan or an idea of what you liked or disliked with Lucy and Greta's births? I am all about going into the delivery with an open mind and kind of with the mentality of ignorance is bliss. Like Brad still tells me stuff about like the epidural and stuff. I'm like, you can't tell me that until I'm done having babies because I don't want to know. There's people who deliver with like a mirror down at their foot so they can like see everything, but I just get really weird with medical stuff. That ignorance is just bliss for me. Also with Lucy, my birth did not go according to my birth plan, so I felt like it was good to go into it with an open mind, especially if I did need to have like an emergency C-section or something. With Lucy, I was planning on having an epidural, and I got it, but it didn't numb me all the way. Like the whole left side of my body didn't take. And so it was a really tough labor because I could feel everything on my left side. And it was just really grueling because I pushed for 3.5 hours. She just had a really hard time getting past my pelvic bone. It just helped me to go into hers having an open mind. So I'm just hoping to go into this one with an open mind as well. How do you think the girls are going to react when baby will be here? I feel like Lucy is gonna be the one raising this baby single-handedly. She is so excited. It's in her nature. She wants to grow up and be a baby doctor someday. So I feel like Lucy is going to just eat it up and love it. Greta tends to follow whatever Lucy does, and so I think if Lucy's excited, then Greta will be excited initially, but I think Greta might struggle just a little bit when baby's born, just because she's so used to being the youngest. But overall, I think both the girls are just going to eat up having a new baby sister in the home. Do you officially sleep train your girls, or do you have other baby advice for sleep? Yes. We do it right out the gate, which I honestly feel like I have already forgotten a lot, so I need to refresh myself. We do the cry it out method, but we also do it very gently. And so if they're crying more than 10 minutes, we go in, but I swear they stop crying like right at that 7 or 8 minute mark when I'm like about to break. I have to set a timer on my phone when they start crying because I just like am sitting there like twiddling my thumbs. But yeah, when they were first born right out the gate, we do the eat, wake, sleep method, and then it just kind of transitions with like their naps and how often they're sleeping. I will share our entire sleep training method when she arrives and the experience, how it's going, and then also follow up with like how she is at 6 weeks, 6 months, kind of like what we do, because you don't do the cry it out method right out the gate, obviously. But yeah, I'll be sure to share more about that when she's here. Do you ever get insecure about your looks when pregnant? I feel like I will. Honestly, I feel like sometimes it's easy to go down that route of like, oh, I'm so swollen. Sometimes it's just like my face. I just feel like I don't look like myself. It's not necessarily like that I'm insecure, but more so just feeling weird, like my body doing all these foreign things. But I just feel like it's all about perspective, and especially because we have been wanting this baby for so long, I have to take a step back and realize what a miracle it is and replace that feeling of insecurity with gratitude. What is your exact due date? It is January 8th, which maybe I said this in a previous video, but it's hilarious because Lucy and Greta both came 2 weeks early, like pretty much on the dot. So look, here's January 8th, or I'll show you a calendar. 2 weeks before January 8th is Christmas Day. So keep your fingers crossed for me that this baby makes it through the new year. Okay, and this is the last question I'm going to answer. How have you felt this pregnancy knowing the gender? Because with Lucy and Greta, we both found out the gender at the baby's birth, which was so magical. I have no regrets of finding out the gender this time. It's been really fun, but I also have no regrets of how we did it in the past. It's both magical in its own way. I have loved knowing the baby's gender this go around, mainly for Lucy and Greta. I just feel like it's a lot easier for them to be able to connect with the baby, also have a name that they can be calling her while she's still in my belly, and just starting to create that familiarity with having a new little baby in the family. I don't know, just knowing the gender has helped a lot with Lucy and Greta, and it has been really fun for me and Brad as well. So if you haven't done one or the other, I highly suggest doing either, like finding out at birth and finding out at like the 16 weeks. You gotta do both if you're having kids. They're just both super magical. But I'll let you know when we have the whole birth experience, because obviously we haven't given birth to her yet. And so yeah, we'll see how that goes, because usually it's like Brad's announcing the gender at the birth, which is so fun and super magical. So stay tuned for more. But yeah, that is it for this week's bump date video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any more questions. I will be doing more of these bump date videos, probably like every other week until the baby's here, just to kind of document what's going on with our family, and also just, you know, updating on the pregnancy and the baby. Can't believe that she is going to be here so soon. It's like 14 weeks away, like what? But if you'd like to see more, follow along on Instagram, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you guys very soon. Have a good one.